So we can start right now. I like to party. Jeez, honey, wax.
Wax much?
Oh, God. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Unwaxed. I know this is a very different type of studio than you're used to. And last week we did something with our sister where we didn't have any video, but we decided to power through and give you guys some video.
If you guys are watching right now, we look like news anchors sitting next to each other, coming to you live with this Wax and Wane of the week. Woo! Yeah, we just did an interview with Hannah Ann. Very cute.
Oh,
so pretty. You guys will love
pretty.
this interview. It's going to come after this. We thought we'd just give you, the usual, the routine. Little weekly update. I feel like I should
Do you want
kick
to
it
kick it
off.
off? I'm just going to say, guys, there ain't no Wayne of the week. We've had a great week so far. It's Friday. When this comes out, it's going to be Tuesday. But right now it's Friday, and we're feeling good. So,
I feel like this is the first week in quarantine that we haven't had a Wayne. Progress.
Guys, I don't know what it is, but we've been getting, oh no, I don't want to say, I'm going to jinx it if I say like that we've been having good luck. Knock on wood. But we've been doing pretty well, so applause for us. Sistine, why are you super happy this week?
Everyone, if you're a true follower of the Unwaxed podcast, you know it's a dream of mine to be TikTok famous.
TikTok famous people.
I love Sophia's giving me like dramatic readings, like echoing. So, I was on my way out. Sophia and I did a friend's YouTube video and I was ready to, and I looked good. I was dressed. I go, hey dad, let's just make a really, quick video. It took 30 seconds to make. And it was my dad and I lip syncing the song Cooler Than Me. Like, if I could write you a song to make you.
She's been trying to convince us, to Scarlett and I, to do it for such a long time.
Do you regret it?
No, because I think that everything happens for a reason. I think if it was us three doing it, it wouldn't have blown up as much.
So let me tell you what happened. I post the video, phone is off for the next 6 or 7 hours, right?
Yeah.
And Scarlett goes, Sistine, look at your phone right now. And I go, huh? And I go on my TikTok, you guys, and it had like 2 million plays. And I go, what the hell? This is crazy. Yeah. I was freaking out, right? Went to bed, woke up with 600,000 new followers, over 20 million plays, and we're at like 4 million likes. What? Hold on. What?
What?
Oh, you guys, Sophia just did a spit take. Okay.
Do it for the.
I thought this is what I wanted. I don't know how I feel right now. I thought this is what I wanted.
I thought you would be power hungry, but she's the
opposite. I'm honestly a little bit stressed, and I sound so stupid. I know, but I've never really received
this much.
Well, no, negative comments. Sophia and I have always been lucky. I was telling my mom this the other day that we have a big following, but we've never had some serious hate. And I've noticed with TikTok comments, the reason why there's so much hate is because they're really clever and witty that the way that they write their comments, because those comments want to be, if you get the most likes on a comment, it goes to the top of the list. So people try to out-mean each other in the most clever way so that their comments are liked the most, right? And whatever. So
Sistine exposed herself to a whole new world of TikTok hate.
I just want to, I'll give an example.
This is more sounding like a Wayne than a Wax.
Well, no, I'm still really appreciative of it, but I just want, this is an example. I've never experienced anything like this. I thought this was really funny. This one comment said, I went to school with her, or I went to middle school with her. And then a whole thread below it is like, what was she like? Was she a bitch?
No,
was she
really?
this with it? Tell me. And this guy responds to this whole thread like, oh yeah, she was the most popular girl in school, had like hold on, I know this is funny, had a whole group of friends, was kind of a bitch, all this stuff. And
wait, are you actually serious?
So I don't normally respond to this sort of stuff.
Did you respond?
I responded. And I said to the guy, what school? Because we jumped around every 2 years. So I said, what school? He hits me back and says, like the one in 4th grade. So he's full of shit. And by the way, he's like living in Russia. So I just don't know how that would have even worked out.
Wait, did people comment from you commenting on it?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I called him out and I
love it.
I just wanted people to understand. I'm like, that could not be further from the truth.
Sistine didn't have a posse of friends, nor was cool.
No.
No.
You guys, I wore shoelaces that were hot pink and green. I wore knee socks that had giraffes all over them. And I looked like a boy with side bangs. Like, it was a hot mess. I was the least cool person.
Also, I feel like did we go to the same middle school? If you're thinking of the one that I met my friend that has a lot of books.
Yes.
Okay. This school, your group was your class. The class had like 12 kids in it. To form a group, you have to be really, really cool of those 12 kids.
To put into perspective, I was so uncool that I would trade goldfish for Pokemon cards. You guys, this is not the most popular girl talking right now. Like that. So I just thought that was really funny. So I'm curious now to see, what sort of negativity comes along with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking as if I've made it huge. I can't even imagine what like Addison Rae and like Charlie D'Amelio and those girls with the insane amount of followers deal with.
I feel like the more that we're starting to become on air and doing this stuff is we're getting a lot more responses than we usually, and people I think assume that because we have a big following on Instagram that we're gonna have like so many DMs and so much hate or so much love or like a surplus of things, but we have been kind of lucky to avoid all of that, which has been great. Yes, we have our once in a while horrible comment or horrible response or DM, whatever, but not as frequent enough to be like hit us in the heart.
So I'm curious, and I'm trying to stop myself from reading the comments. Like, I'm really trying.
That's really hard.
It's hard.
I like reading the
what
comments.
I liked about my TikTok before was I posted a lot of dorky stuff because no one would view it. And now this morning I was like archiving all of the stuff that I thought was lame because I'm like, oh my God, now I'm getting nervous that people are going to make fun of me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got to stay authentic though. I don't want to change for anyone. So I got to keep snapping myself out of it.
We're going to be authentic, 100% real. Speaking of 100% real, here up, Faith. Here down,
Sweatpants City.
Come on. This is probably the best part about doing a Zoom right now is that we're half great. Why are you? This is like I feel like you give me like this little like
I'm just listening to you.
I can't tell if Sistine ever is judging me or not. Does it look like she's judging me?
I just have resting bitch face.
I don't think you do, honestly. Do you guys think she's right? I don't think so. Do I?
Sophia, yes, I do. We spent all morning
you
getting
both
Scarlet.
Good.
I forgot you were there. You scared me.
Me too.
Can't get rid of me on the Zoom.
You really scared me. I'm not gonna lie.
I was like, who is that?
The voice of God.
It's the ghost. It's the fisherman. It's the fisherman ghost. We spent all morning, you guys, getting Scarlett ready for her senior portraits.
She's going to graduate high school.
She looks really beautiful.
Yeah, she did look good. I'm really proud of us. We pulled it together in an hour.
We were like a glam squad, you guys. DM us for hiring bookings.
Yeah.
Like, we freaking slapped. I did the makeup. Sophia did the hair. It was freaking.
It was great.
I'm going to say freaking one more freaking time.
Freaking great.
I'm also excited for this podcast because the next few upcoming guests, you guys, are really good. Like, Sophia and I are so excited. Not that the ones we had before weren't good, but these upcoming guests, I think you guys will really like, especially to the ladies out there. I don't want to say and give it away now, but you're going to love them. It's such an exciting few weeks coming up. And yeah.
So we are going to bring on Hannah Ann right now. So stop it.
Oh my God, we're so bad at this.
No, we're great at it. But we're going to bring on Hannah Ann right now. We had a really great conversation with her. It was super fun, really sweet, as we said before. So stay tuned. Okay.
I just want to say right off the bat, we're already making jokes about this Zoom interview. The top half of us is looking pretty decent, I'd like to say, but we're all in our sweats from the waist down. So I think we've all sort of started our friendship that way, which is just amazing.
Yeah, so we've definitely broken the ice. It's like our honesty now. It's like
Yeah, we're all honest here.
This is the best part about having kind of not that lockdown's a great thing, but you don't have to put an effort from like the waist down or even like eating wise. I can just kind of let myself go from like here down. I'm like, okay, if I can contour really well, I think I'm good.
I know exactly. We don't have to do as much to ourselves.
I know. So I'm just going to give you a quick little introduction to everyone that everyone does know you, because you're literally like, we think you're probably our favorite person on The Bachelor, really, because you killed it on there. Okay, so you may have watched her on the season 24 of The Bachelor, but this Tennessee girl has made waves since then. She is seen on numerous campaigns, increased her lifestyle brand Instagram to 1.3 million followers, and she continues to grow. This is Hannah Ann. Did you like that? Was that good?
Really good. I know. I feel like I have a lot to I feel like I need to offer a lot more now. Like,
oh my God. The fact that you showed up and you look so cute is you're doing enough. So your accent is adorable. You moved from Tennessee to LA. How different are the people here that you've noticed?
Oh yeah, very, very different. But I like it. I've always like enjoyed being around people that were different than me because I grew up in like the Bible Belt in the South. Everyone believed in things, lived the same life, and so I didn't really get to see a variety of lifestyles. Like I would go to the beach once a year, and then I would go to Disney World like every few years, and that was like my world. I didn't
like
really
the biggest thing.
yeah, I didn't see a whole lot until I got older, and that's how I started models, because I wanted to be around people that like talk different and had different points of view on life. Just to see the world. So my parents have never been to California before, but hopefully.
Wait, still today?
Yeah, no, still today. They've never been. Hopefully next year they can come out and visit. Just judge for themselves how different it is.
Oh my God, you're so right about all of that, because LA is such a melting pot of people. Like you're gonna see every type of individual. All here. It's amazing.
I mean, have the people in terms of like friendships been different? Because I know that LA and Tennessee have to be kind of like worlds apart in terms of like how you hang out, like what
I feel like I'm so wrong. Maybe this is just my made up, fantasy of what it is. I feel like the people in Tennessee are extremely like humble and kind and just not so flashy in your face. And then LA people are, the total opposite. Am I sort of right?
Oh yeah, no. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with it, but like moving here, there were like some of the things that people, value, which, are awesome. I didn't even know like existed, like different designers and like hotels and like activities like you do. I'm like, oh wow, like it's a completely different way of life, a different lifestyle. But I've enjoyed being able to like dabble in it a little bit. But thankfully, like moving out here, I actually already had a friend group because as a model, I traveled a lot prior to the show. And so I had like my Bible study group out here, and those girls, they were like truly my saving grace, because when I moved here, that's when the pandemic happened. And so you're not really in a position to like go out and meet new people. So I had like my friend group, and none of us have family here. So we've all kind of been others.
That's the best way to ease into any move, is just having your core group of friends. That makes it so much easier. How different are the guys in Tennessee? Because I as well feel like they're just going to pull up and open the door for you and call you ma'am and pull out your chair. Is that right?
LA. We literally have not found one solid guy here so far, and we're both single. This is the first time we're really like single together. It's hard, especially during a pandemic, and that's when you moved here. It's like,
oh yeah. Absolutely. One thing I have realized, guys here are more aggressive, but like in the wrong way. Like you're walking down the street and they're like honking at you or like number, and I'm like, sir, you don't even know my name, but you're asking for my number.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's very aggressive, and I don't know. I have not been on a date really since like May because like there's no really
Girl, I feel you. I know it's hard.
Christine and I have been like on those dating apps for the first time in our entire life. I don't even know why we decided to do this during a pandemic, but we got on like Raya, she got on Hinge.
It's not going well.
I don't know. Did you do dating apps or anything?
No, I'm not on any dating apps, but my friends are, and they'll tell me stuff about it. And I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like it's already hard to find someone that likes you for who you are and not maybe based on like your Instagram profile or or your background or any of that. I'm just trying to meet someone like at a coffee shop one day and they have no idea. They don't even like know me on Instagram at all. Never seen a picture of me. Like,
we are so about the meet cute.
Yeah, this is
all
all
we
we
want to
talk
do
about.
is meet someone in an elevator and fall in love, and we push the same button, and that's what happens. Have you been on a date in LA where a guy went after you because of your following and you being on TV? How was that?
I picked up on that just getting to know guys that live not just in LA, just in general. I just feel like meeting through Instagram, at least for me, because I haven't been on any dating sites. I don't know. It's a little fishy. It's harder to figure out someone's intentions now.
Yeah.
And really, it's just time that tells with that.
Totally. It's hard because I feel like personally, since being in LA and like getting more involved in this whole like social media world, you really can't tell if people are being genuine to you because they want to like get clout or like some part of your following. And they could be really nice, but it could be kind of like forced nice, especially when you're going on dates and then all of a sudden you see a paparazzi behind a bush. That's what happens. Like I know she got like when she was on dates, like guys would.
I've had someone bring their resume on a date for me, so I would pass it to my dad. And I said, sir, he won't even get me a job. What makes you think I'm going to get you a job?
Oh my gosh. And that's like not to impress you nor your parents.
No, not at all. Are your parents big on meeting the boyfriend or meeting a guy? Are you guys very old school that way?
Yeah, they are. But now since like I live across the country, well, pretty much any guy aside from Peter that I have dated, they knew because they grew up in my hometown. And so now a whole new territory of like next person I bring home, they won't have any like background on, you know, they won't know. And probably will be from like a completely different background than me.
Right. And speaking of even just like that whole show, like I don't even know how did your parents feel about going on The Bachelor? Like, I mean, that's like so different from probably what you guys are like normally do. Like I know it's normal. I mean, it's normal for not anyone like in the first place. Just like I want a dating show and like have your dates be publicized.
Yeah. What made you want to start the show?
I loved watching the show for like years. And I thought Peter Weber, I thought he was so cute. And I was like, oh, well, this just seems like we could definitely be a match. Why not?
Yeah.
And actually, my friend, I don't know if you know Hannah Godwin. She was.
I don't know her, but I know
blonde.
Her. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So
she was
cute.
On the show, and she was getting engaged on Paradise. So prior to her even entering in Bachelor Nation, we had been friends. And I remember like seeing her for the first or the last time before she like went off onto The Bachelor. She was on Colton's season 20. And she had like such a overall great experience. And so she was like encouraging me to do it. And so I applied and got in, and everything happened so fast. My parents were aware of it, and they knew about Hannah G and like how many opportunities I brought her, and she ended up finding, you know, her fiance. Love. And my parents were just like, oh my gosh, like this is so different than like they live private lives. But my dad, like I think my dad kind of enjoyed it a bit because he had never seen like production before or like cameras. He was fascinated. Like with the crew, like they kept making jokes that he wanted to be a camera guy.
They should have hired a Bachelor. Hire the dad.
That'd been so much nicer. You probably would have told you like red flags, like from right
or if my dad was the cameraman, he would tell me if I look good at this angle or if I need to blot my face. I mean, that would be an advantage.
I have to give you props because I know for me, if I was on The Bachelor and if I like initially saw the guy, let's say like on TV, you never know. It's almost like a dating app. You see them on TV, you see them like their personality, and you're like, they look amazing. Like I could totally see me dating them. But then you meet them in person, like, what if they like just suck at kissing? Or like, what if they smell bad? Or like, were you worried about those initial things? Like, did you feel, was there anything like that right off that you're like, wait, this may not be the right one? Or
you don't have time. It's not like set up for you to think that. You don't have enough time. Like we have a ton of time, but we don't have time. Like we don't have a phone, we don't have TV, we don't have music or any of that. But you're constantly busy because we're like traveling the world, literally. Which I feel bad for the guys on this coming season.
I know, they're all just in one place.
Yeah.
I know, I can't imagine. But you're just doing interviews all day long, filming different scenes. They only show 3% of what we film. And we film literally every day, all day long.
Wow. Like, was there something that you filmed that you'd wish made TV and it just got cut?
So much.
Like what?
I wish more was seen when I was in Australia. Like there were like a kangaroo date where there was like these kangaroos at an adoption center. Like I wish more of that. It would have been.
Yeah.
Why didn't they do that? That would have been so much cuter.
So
I know.
were you 23 when you did the show?
Yes, I was 23.
So you're very mature for your age. You're 24 now.
Yeah.
You're very mature in like the best way possible. But at 23, I couldn't even imagine like thinking about marriage. So how did you know that you were ready for a step like that?
I think it was my upbringing because like I grew up, like my parents got married young, my grandparents got married at like as soon as they could, like 18.
Oh my.
So it's a family thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like what you know. It's just kind of not expected, but you're like born and then you're raised to become, you know, a wife and a mom, and
Right.
that's kind of like it's a very cookie cutter life. So I felt like I was ready, but I feel like everyone's on like their own journey with that, you know?
Yeah.
Totally. I'm always contemplating. I'm like, I'm ready now. Let's have a baby. And then I'm like, hold on, I'm going to wait till I'm 45. So I mean, I'm all over the place. And especially in LA, it's hard to find someone. So
I know.
the process might take a little longer.
Do you still feel that way? Like, would you still want to get married if you found the one soon?
Yeah, no, I definitely would. But at the same time, just a little bit of me dabbling into dating, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's not happening anytime soon. It's just so much fun.
It is harder, but I feel. Do you have like a certain type that you go for, like looks wise, personality type?
So I feel like my type has changed as I have changed. This whole year, I walked into after March, after the show, like I walked into a whole new life. Like I moved to Los Angeles. I just had 2 suitcases. That's all I brought. Like I packed up.
That is making me sweat. That's making me sweat. Oh my gosh.
I'll make do with whatever I can. And that's when the pandemic happened. So I feel like more of like my needs and what I value is different than than like my typical type that I've always had.
Right.
Really, it's more just I value someone now, especially that has confidence, that could handle, you know, the public eye, someone that could, you know, support me along the way, which prior to that, I wouldn't have even thought of that.
Right.
I mean, to be with someone sort of in a similar position, like Hannah, for example. I mean, not Hannah. What's her name? The blonde? Is her name Hannah?
Hannah G?
Oh, Hannah G. Yeah. It sort of is nice that they were both on The Bachelor. And so they both understand, you know, all of the trials and tribulations that come with it. So would you consider doing Bachelor in Paradise?
No.
Really? Why?
I'm very happy with my life right now.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
I'll never say never to anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never say never, but I'm really happy with where life is at, and I'm very like content. I'm just taking it one step at a time, you know? For
sure. But is there anyone in the Bachelor world that if you could maybe go on a date with? It could be from any season. Anyone even that you think is like cute and
it could be
consider.
from like season 1. It could be like any season.
I've always said Tyler C. I've just always thought he was so cute.
Yes.
He's so cute.
He's so handsome, and he's like used to be a model, and actually like his younger brother and my sister have like talked a couple times.
Hold on, wait. This is kind of our dream situation. You need to go out with Tyler because then it's just a family thing. Double dates are going to be amazing for you.
Yeah, it could be, but I also feel like with Bachelor Nation, we know so much about each other. We're all kind of like a graduating class. You know how you graduate high school?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
I feel like it's a good and bad thing though, because I feel like everyone knows everyone, so it's like, oh, this person's done this with this person. I feel like Bachelor Nation seems like such a tight knit thing. It's almost like like college, like you're in a fraternity or sorority house where everyone just kind of dates each other, and so you're like, oh, it could be good because they get it, but on the other hand,
going to Paradise is like going back to college, you know?
Oh, right. You're a super senior at this point.
Yeah. I moved on.
That's so funny. So is there any sort of fun celebrity that has DM'd you since the show that you're like, oh my God, that's kind of funny?
Honestly, not that I could really think of.
Like Sustain's had Salt Bae. Do you remember that guy?
Oh,
yeah. I got the guy that salts meats. Like that's my coolest DM.
Yeah. Do y'all have any cool DMs that come in from?
Honestly, I wish. I don't. I always feel like I have like an athlete that's not on like a hockey team that doesn't have like a lot of followers. It's always like random ones.
Yes.
Right?
like the random ones, or it's like the well-known ones, and then like you do a little research on them, they're like, oh my gosh, this guy's like hitting up like
Oh
10
my,
of-
how many times?
Right.
How many times have you seen like these like maybe NFL players, like they'll DM you and they don't have like a lot of followers yet, but they have like a verified account, and then you go on their following and they follow like 2,000 girls, like maybe 1% of
Yes.
guys. You're like, oh, I don't know
Yes.
if I'm ready for that.
Yeah, I feel like if you are trying to like investigate someone's profile, always go see who they're following. You know,
Yeah, so
because
true.
it might be, like a bunch of like girls with half naked photos on their Instagram. You're like, oh come on, like this is
I
way
know.
too.
I always do that.
Yes, or
Yeah.
like girls on The Bachelor, if I see a guy and they DM me, and I go on, I see that they're following all these other Bachelor girls. I'm like, oh, I'm just no. Like,
You're just
No,
like,
I
no.
totally get it. I mean, I'll look at a guy's following, I'm like, oh my God, he's really cute. And it's every person he's following is just like a blonde supermodel. I'm like,
yes,
this is not me.
Yeah,
Why do
yeah.
you like me? Yeah, just not right. I want to go back and talk about, we were doing some recon on you. We were on YouTube watching all this stuff. And one of the most viewed videos is you and Peter. And it was when, I want to say, he said he broke off the engagement, but the way that you handled yourself in that situation, I mean, you were so strong and so clear with your words that it was one of those moments where, you know, you're having a conversation with someone and then you go, oh shoot, I wish I said that. You
Yeah.
like said that, and you
Yeah,
said it so well. Like, for example, you said a line that said, either you don't mean your words or you don't understand the weight of them and how they impact people. Like, what the hell? I wish that I could
see
think.
how many times I've like broken up with someone on the phone and I've mumbled my words. She's recorded me cracking up because I cannot get my
No,
words
but
out.
I applaud you because you were so well spoken, and like I feel like you were so empowering to all women. I certainly like was empowered by it. So did you get a lot of positive feedback from a lot of women after that?
Yeah, I did. So when we broke up, it was in late January, and I had to keep it all a secret. I couldn't even, I told one of my bestest friends. Everyone else, no one could know about it. So at first I was hiding like an exciting secret because we were engaged, and then it became like a bad secret, like
Right.
a purple secret. And so having to like not go throughout life and not tell anyone, on top of that, the show airing, it was just like, it was really like stomach turning. So when in March, when I was able to like cap off the show, it was not only great for me to like move forward and not have to like see him ever again or answer to anyone. The whole world was able to know. So I like really appreciated everyone's support and reaching out to me.
That's great.
So when the show had aired, you guys were currently broken up, but it looked like you were still together.
We broke up in the middle of it, of the show.
So, oh my gosh, I couldn't even imagine
Going
people
through a
saying
breakup.
congrats on the engagement. And you're like, I'm actually not even with this person.
What do you think was the
Like,
hardest part about a breakup, and what do you think was like the best part that helped you get over a breakup? Because I couldn't imagine having a breakup and it be so public. And I know like when I've had my breakups, they've been just so hard, and I've had to have my family around me. Like, what has been the hardest part, and what has been like also the best part about like having support maybe around you?
The hardest part was knowing that I had to get through it. So we broke up, and then it was like the clock was ticking 5 weeks until I saw him on national television. We did not speak until that moment. So it was that was the hardest part, is like I couldn't escape it. You know, when you have a breakup, you choose if you want to listen again.
Yeah.
You choose if you want to answer that phone call or text that person back.
Yeah.
That choice. I had to show up and had to, on top of that, everyone else, I didn't know like what was going to be said or done.
Oh my gosh.
I had no idea.
Your situation is so rare, because if I didn't want to see anyone, I could just ghost that person, ignore him, but you had to come face to face and to the nation and to him again and sort of talk it all through. Do you almost wish that, you know, that situation was just kept between you two, or are you sort of happy that you got your voice out there?
I had to keep a lot confidential, and so I'm glad that at the end of it I was able to definitely point out some of the issues that were never really shined a light on. Well, you know, like I brought and so I'm glad I got to call him out on it, and that, you know, I move forward, you know, don't talk about it.
I wish I could call people
so
in
strong.
front of everyone and be like, you did this, and just everyone was on my side about it.
So you say you're fully moved forward. What is the best piece of advice you could give to men or women out there that just need that extra kick in the butt to move on from their person?
It's not always the other person. Sometimes we can like misplace emotion. And I knew for me, like I had to move forward. There was really no choice for me. And it was up to me to create those emotional boundaries and setting those boundaries of, if you're going through a breakup, don't look at their pictures, unfollow them. That's not being petty. That's just moving forward. That's not reflecting on it. Really creating like a schedule was really great for me. Setting aside like goals and things that I could look forward to and be excited about, and also finding like a trusted group of friends that were going to encourage me that there were going to be better days ahead.
I love that.
Maybe my whole idea of having a Finsta is a really bad idea because I stalk everyone. Do you have a Finsta? Please tell me I'm not the only one.
My sister has a Finsta.
Do you have her
this is what I do. I use Sophia to stalk for me, so I don't sound so creepy.
Yeah, no, and like we've all been there, but it's different for every person. For me, that's just what I have found to work.
That is like the healthiest approach ever. Yeah. I'm going to definitely take a page out of your book. Speaking of health and lifestyle, your Instagram, you're so fit and active and cute, and your body is absolutely beautiful. What have you been doing to stay fit during quarantine?
Running. Like that's,
that is the key.
Yeah. So when I moved here, I was so excited to be able to like get to know my neighborhood and sightsee, and I wasn't able to do that. And the only opportunity I had was to go running. So I would just go out. I would run, and then I would just like look around, like get to know my neighborhood, get to know where my grocery store is, and be able to like sightsee. Like it was so exciting for me to like see palm trees. So,
that's like the best way to get to know a new area too, is just by doing it on foot. So running, that's a great tip.
Have you always been a chef or cooking? Because I know you do a lot of cooking on your Instagram, and they look amazing. I want to try that lemon chicken pasta, I think. That looks so bomb.
Well, which is funny because I almost didn't even share that recipe because I was nervous no one was going to like it.
We liked it.
I shared a banana bread recipe a while back. I think I deleted it, but I was so nervous that everyone would do it and it would end up horrible for them and then great for me. And I'd be like, oh my God, my food tastes so awful and they're never going to like believe me again.
Yes. For me, I just always grew up in the kitchen. It's something my mom did, my grandmother did. And it's more than just like having something good to eat. It's like bonding experience. And so if anything positive came out of quarantine, it was really that I kind of grew the confidence to share it. I didn't know people were interested in like my daily life and what I was eating. So it's kind of like basically snowballed into its own like brand and its own opportunity for me. So I'm excited just to continue to share that. It's something positive that anyone can do at their house. And
I love that. You're such a positive role model for your followers too. I mean, I think a lot of people, I don't think you realize how many people like to follow and see what you do because you do it so well. Is there something that you like to do when you're just, I mean, I know a lot of the time I'm like, oh my God, I feel so fugly and like I need to pick me up, and I'll just, put a bunch of self-tanner on and I'm like, okay, now I feel myself. I feel my best. Is there something you do that gives you that sort of instant glow up?
Glow up. I love to do a body scrub because the feel of soft skin, especially right now in the winter, like I feel like a body scrub is so nice. I feel like your skin makes up so much of your look. Just when it's like nice and smooth and clear, and I'm still working on like my clear skin, but I just feel like that always makes me feel my best.
Yes. I need to start scrubbing off. I have too many layers of tan and now it's like clumping. I'm like, okay, if I'm glowing down right now, I'm glowing down hard.
I made a little question game.
We have a little fun game we want to play with you.
I call it the 5 firsts. So I have 5 questions, but you're just going to choose 3 numbers between 1 and 5, and we're just going to answer 3 of them. Okay, so choose 3 numbers between 1 and 5.
I'll do 3.
3. Okay.
We'll do 3.
The first time you've been drunk, what was that experience like?
Oh, what was that experience like? I just laughed. I just giggled.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm drunk. I'm not like a mean drunk.
So how about another
What's your number? Next number,
4.
Okay. How about what was your first kiss?
First kiss. I was a freshman in high school, and it was there was nothing really to it. It was just like a kiss, and then my mom picked me up.
Oh, perfect.
See, my first kiss was horrible, and the worst part is I'm still friends with this person today. So we still talk about like how gross and sloppy it was, and I was like, oh no, it's so funny.
Okay, last number.
1.
Okay. Worst first date.
Worst first date. Oh, I know I have a good one.
Oh God, I feel like I have so many of them.
A worst first date.
Or you can just name like
A
if
bad
you can't think
date.
of one, just think of a bad date that you've had.
Okay. There was. Oh yes. Okay. There was. Back in the spring, I went on this one date with this guy, and all he wanted to talk about was the show.
Oh no.
How comfortable is that? Like, you
Are you
know,
kidding?
What kind of questions did he ask you?
just like, how was it? Like, how was it being engaged? And I'm like, really, dude?
How is it being engaged?
You're like,
Yeah.
this is a really big turn off for me right now. I'm not like
all the secrets of it all. I'm like, dude, there's no secrets. It's just weird because then it's like, oh, you just want someone to get to know you for who you are, you know, or like
Right.
or not more than just a TV show. I don't know. It was really weird.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Guys, get it together.
Come on.
Yeah.
Act like, here's the tip for all men listening. Act like you don't know anything about us. If you
Yeah.
come in knowing things about us already. I've had a guy once tell me the name of my ex. I've had a guy tell me about, family history. And I said, did you WebMD? Like, what is going on? Like, you went deep stalking. So yeah, just pretend like you don't know us. And then, we'll believe you. But Hannah, thank you so much for coming on the show today. You were absolutely like a ray of sunshine. You're so beautiful. Plug all of your socials so everyone listening and watching can find you.
Oh yeah. It's just Instagram, just Hannah Ann.
That's same with me. Honestly, I don't
Easy.
use anything else. I don't use TikTok. I don't use Facebook. Like I literally
I'm on TikTok, but I'm telling you, it's so hard.
it's
Yes,
she just blew up on it, so she's happy.
But like here's the thing. I didn't realize it took one video with my dad to blow up. And that was that. It was just like, boom, easy, done. But I know, I thought I made some quality TikToks for so long and no one was liking them. And then all of a sudden, it just, there we go.
I'll follow you on TikTok and I'll go back and like.
Yes, okay, we're TikTok friends now, you guys. This is a real friendship in LA. When we're TikTok friends, it's real. Hannah, thank you again for coming on.
Oh, thank you guys. You guys are beautiful, and I'm
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.